Hallihallo Leute und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Genshin Impact. Wir starten direkt der los, wo wir letztens aufgehört haben. Tut mir wie gesagt leid, dass ich mitten im Dialog aufgehört habe, aber ich muss halt jetzt noch schnell eine zweite Folge aufnehmen, damit ich schnell rendern kann und schnell hochladen kann, weil mein Internet braucht ein bisschen, was bedeutet, das Hochladen dauert ein bisschen. Das heißt, ich komme heute so um 7 oder 8 Uhr morgens ins Bett. Jetzt haben wir 3:44 Uhr.
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your brother from within that meteorite.
It seems your brother woke up first. But the question is, how long before you?
And then your brother told you that the destruction of Khaenri'ah plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world called Teyvat?
The destruction of Khaenri'ah? He said that?
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago. It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Huh. So your brother must have understood this world better than you did, because he woke up first.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path, so you couldn't escape.
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about Khaenri'ah. But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Teyvat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must be the war that ended Khaenri'ah. Am I right?
If that's the case, you must have been flipping through all sorts of books during our adventure these past few months. Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old books from all around Mondstadt and Liyue, but you told Paimon they were useless. So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Khaenri'ah so you could find your brother? Oh, yeah! You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed 500 years ago?
I probably know more about Khaenri'ah than both of you. Khaenri'ah was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it never had a god to begin with. It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented, flourishing, and glorious civilization. It was the pride of humankind.
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed by gods.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought desolation to Khaenri'ah. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the gods.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits. Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as we continue our search.
Alright.
Ready, steady, go!
Ready, steady, go! So, dann können wir unser Luminchen wieder backholen.
This world is...
Und komischerweise sind die Ruinenwächter jetzt nicht da, die eigentlich hier sein sollten. Oh, das ist ein bisschen weiter weg. So, langsam habe ich auch meinen Kaffee ausgetrunken. Den habe ich mir um 19 Uhr gemacht. Jetzt haben wir 3:48 Uhr. Metterling. Sadale. Huch da. Ja, ich werde mal demnächst irgendwie versuchen, ein bisschen mehr Genshin aufzunehmen, damit ich, weiß ich nicht, so 4, 6 oder vielleicht 10 Folgen im Voraus bin.
Over there! It's more ruin guards and abyss mages. Dane was just saying how these ancient machines are from Conria. So, did Conria have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago. These ruin guards were known as field tillers by the people of Conria.
Field tillers? What a strange name.
It's not like you think. Field tiller was just a code name. The people of Conria like to give code names to their weapons. The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood. This is how the field tiller came about.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding tilling. Paimon doesn't think it's a very positive interpretation.
After the destruction of Conria, these masterless field tillers went completely out of control. They wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to every corner of Teyvat. Perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time, they found their way to various ruins across the land, where they lie dormant.
That sounds so sad. Yeah, Paimon thinks you've been doing a real good job of that.
Once you understand more, those details won't mean much to you. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all.
Da sind wir gut drin.
I'll protect us.
Autschi, au. Mann, werd doch gestunt. Geh nicht in deine Blase. Wie oft muss ich in den... Ja, er geht wieder in seine Blase zurück. Alter, ich hasse das Spiel so sehr. Manchmal. Halt dein Maul. Alter, du hast mir Lumine fast weggekillt, Bastard. Geh weg. Greif nicht den Feuerball an. Greif nicht den Ruinenjäger-Wächter an. Tschüss, Lumine. Das ist so dumm. Boah, würde ich da jetzt gerade gern mit meiner Hut-Out durchflügen. Auf dem Main-Account.
Huh? This abyss maze dropped a talisman. Could it be a communication of some kind?
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it? Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it. Is that the script of Conria?
Engulf the faith of the enemy in flame, and bring glory to His Highness the Prince.
What? Is that what it says?
Loom of Fate initial operation. The Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The keyword here is Loom of Fate. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests.
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-weaving machine? From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be related to this fate-weaving operation. So, Dane, what message does this talisman contain?
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation. But some parts are difficult to understand.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Wie, Overlord of the Vortex.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean? What do they want with Wie?
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident. Though you may not have been aware of it at the time, you were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this one.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. The Abyss Order keeps setting their sights higher and higher. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Wie, just as they did Dvalin?
No. From the contents of the talisman, this operation goes one step further. They won't just corrupt Wi's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform Wi's body.
Is that even possible? So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
Kybernetischen Tintenfischgott.
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Khaenri'ah. Though of course, the accuracy of that understanding itself is difficult to judge. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. Despite being far from human, they seek out this lost human civilization quite persistently. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Wi's limbs to construct a mechanized god. And the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the Statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field tiller.
The eye of the very first field tiller? Oh, Paimon gets it! All those Abyss mages are looking for the special eye, right?
It would seem so.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically, it all has to do with that eerie Statue of the Seven we saw, right?
Yes. According to the talisman, the eye should be placed in the hands of the defiled statue, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure isn't holding back with this plan. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation? Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to the cathedral first and ask around. Maybe we'll learn something.
The cathedral.
Huh? What's the matter, Dane?
Nothing. Let's get moving.
Alright. Um ehrlich zu sein, ich glaube nicht, dass wir Mikros Waffe noch kriegen. Ich werde aber trotzdem versuchen, sie zu pullen. Jetzt wäre halt wichtig zu wissen, wie lange die noch da sind. Dadurch, dass das hier aber ist und man so gucken muss, steht da leider nicht, wie lange die Banner noch da sein werden. Das ist echt nicht gut. Das ist ganz und gar nicht gut. Naja, hoffen wir einfach, dass es noch 1, 2 Tage da ist. Morgen werde ich mal versuchen, ein bisschen mehr aufzunehmen. Gut, aber ich würde sagen, ich danke euch jetzt erstmal fürs Zuschauen und ich hoffe, ihr schaltet auch in der nächsten Folge von Let's Play Genshin Impact wieder ein. Ciao.
And I've been counting days